Hi, I'm Deborah Wayne, founder of the Biofield Healing Institute. And recently, on my day of Biofield Healing Immersion, which is my one-day online event, I had a lot of people on that call sharing with me how they're suffering from sugar addiction and emotional eating and diabetes and blood sugar issues. And so many people, I take Q&A and work with people on the call live and help them through where they feel stuck. I was really shocked by how many people were reporting that they are suffering from this. And it was disturbing to me. So I wanted to do a little video to talk about some of the hidden reasons that I have found that lie underneath these symptoms. And I want to share with you today that although I'm not a medical doctor and I'm not here to give medical advice or tell you how to, I'm not trying to take the place of your health care practitioner. I have learned now, after working with hundreds of thousands of people in over 150 countries around the globe, that we're not that different. And there's a tendency to focus on the symptoms of a problem and to focus on the body and what's wrong and what isn't working. And what I've discovered in my work over the past 33 years, both personally and professionally, is that the symptom is never the root of the problem. I like to describe it like an orange tree. Let's say you have an orange tree growing in your yard, and the oranges start showing up, but they're small, they're deformed, they're brown, they're falling off early. Would you take the nutrition, the nutrients, the soil, the fertilizer, the water, and pour it over the oranges? Of course not. You would have to nourish the roots of the tree, and the roots are typically underground, hidden from view. Well, the same thing is true for us. The physical body is the last place that the symptoms, the oranges, the problems show up. What I have found in talking with all of these people who are suffering from overeating and binge eating and sugar addiction, and then they end up with blood sugar issues or diabetes, is that there are emotions hidden from view. Typically, there's some kind of trauma, something that happened in the past. It could be abuse of some kind, physical, sexual, emotional abuse is common. It could be things like growing up in a very traumatic home where there was neglect or criticism or alcoholism or some form of addiction, or there was an injury or a trauma or a series of losses and stress that went on for far too long that started to cause a reaction, an emotional reaction, and a way of thinking, a habit of thinking. If you've ever gone through a period of time in your life, I know I have, where it was like, oh my God, like, make it stop. Like, I can't take anymore. This creates pain. And if you don't know how to release emotional pain, emotions are energy, and energy either goes out or it goes in. But we know from science that energy never dies. It goes somewhere. Well, when there's a lot of stress and pain or trauma or injury, if there's depression, anxiety, these emotions often they go underground. Or we try to make them go away. We try to stop them. We try to numb out. Now, in my life, I became best friends with Ben and Jerry's. And I found alcohol and pills. And it was my way of trying to make the emotions stop. And so I never felt them. They never released. They went underground. Someone who may have been more extroverted may have started screaming and yelling and getting it out that way. But it doesn't always release the root problem to scream and yell, or to try to eat it away or drug it away or shop it away or sleep it away. we have to learn specific tools to find and release these emotions and to understand the thinking, the beliefs, the ideas that are connected to the emotional reaction. And when I've looked at and worked with people who are suffering from, they're eating sugar constantly, or they're overeating comfort foods, and their blood sugar's sky high. What I found, if I ask them a certain question, that they're lacking the sweetness in their life. They feel like there's nothing pleasurable or sweet in life anymore. And it's sad, but true. Ask yourself, are you suffering from a lack of joy? There seems to be an epidemic of people just stressed out all the time and crazy busy and, never ending emails and phone calls and work, and never keeping up and never catching up and never enough. And maybe you learned very early in childhood that you weren't enough. You should be more or smarter or prettier or whatever it is, more money. Well, if this is the case, and you're trying to comfort yourself and find pleasure through food or drinking or drugs, this is not going to change the situation. It's always going to lead to some kind of symptom that's problematic. It leads to pain. So you need to learn how to remove the pain, release the pain. And my little mantra what I love to share with people is that in order to heal, you need to learn to feel. Feelings, emotions are energy, and energy needs to move, to circulate, to flow freely, just like a body of water. Water needs to flow and circulate in order to be healthy. Otherwise, if it's stagnant, the algae grows, the disease takes over. Well, we're no different. Your energy needs to be flowing. Your emotions need to be flowing. And that's what I love to show people how to do. That's what we were doing in the day of Biofield Healing. And so people started to release and cry or laugh or recognize, oh my God, that's what I'm doing. I didn't even realize I was doing that. So ask yourself right now, how in touch with you are you with your emotions? What do you do when you experience an uncomfortable emotion? Where does it go? What do you do with it? The next time you go to eat something, stop for a minute and ask, am I really hungry? Or is there a feeling that I'm trying to numb out? Am I trying to eat away an emotion? And if you've been experiencing a war with weight or food, if you have a war going on with overeating, binge eating, or starving, it could be the opposite. You could be not eating at all, trying to control it. The war can end. Stop and ask yourself, are there emotions I don't want to feel? Now, most people are afraid, and I mean, let's face it, who wants to go back and experience a trauma or a difficult time or feel uncomfortable emotions? Most people don't want to. I sure didn't. But today I'm not afraid to feel my emotions. I know that they can't control me if I feel them. And I've learned the tools. I've spent a lot of time and energy and money and studying and working with people to really get good at feeling my emotions. And 30 years ago, I couldn't have told you how I felt if you had asked me. I didn't even know how I felt. So I can show you how to do the same thing and how to get free of this. It's not that hard, but typically we don't find it on our own because it's frightening and we don't have the skills and we're afraid it's going to control us and last forever. If you're like I was, or like all the clients I talk to and work with, they all say the same thing to me. Debora, I'm afraid if I start feeling that, it's going to last forever. Well, it won't. I can promise you that. And I can show you several specific tools that you can use the rest of your life on any pain, any problem, any emotion, any upset to help you live pain-free, to stay more calm and peaceful no matter what's going on, because you can't control life. I'm sure you realize that. You can't control everybody out there and all of what's going on in life. But we can become what I call the eye of the storm, the center, where there's a peaceful, solid center. Even though the winds around us are whipping about, we can stay calm and grounded in the center and not have to harm ourselves over anything or anyone. And the quickest way to do this is by experiencing my Biofield Healing Immersion method. This is the most profound gift I've ever been given. And since 2006, I've been sharing this with people all over the world. And people have life-changing transformations, sometimes from just one demonstration session. So if you'd like to experience this yourself, there's a link below that I'd like you to click on, and it will give you a free gift. It's my Live Pain Free MP3 audio, and it will download to any device that you have. And in it is more information that will give you a greater understanding of my work and of the hidden reasons for all pain and suffering. And I talk more about how to remove the pain, restore your energy, recharge your energy, and get your life back on track. And it includes a free demonstration session of the Biofield Healing Immersion method. And I have been studying this for a long time, and it's the fastest way I know of to date. It's the fastest method I know of to help you release the pain and trauma that you may be suffering from, that's causing you to overeat, that's causing the battle with the food and the weight and the addictions and the pain. And people get pain-free, sometimes from one short little demo session like you'll experience in the free gift below. And here's the great thing. If your issue is weight and food, people write to me all the time and they say, Debora, I lost weight without trying. It didn't come from diet or exercise or food plans or restriction. And now I'm gravitating towards healthier foods. Naturally, I'm not forcing myself. It's not a matter of willpower. People write into me and they say, I'm enjoying exercise for the first time ever. And it's not forcing myself to go to the gym. You can have the same experience. To be free. It's our birthright. And I would love to show you how. So click the link, email if you have any questions. We're here to help you. We're here to be of service. It's my mission, my purpose, and what I live for, to help you get the same results, to get the get out of jail card free that I've been given. And it would be a pleasure to show you how. So thanks for being here today. Thanks for watching, and much love to you. Bye.